I never watch any sports, so I kind of can't say that. I wish I was more invested in it, but I just don't understand them. When people say that the reason that women's sports are less interesting is because they just don't have the same muscle mass, I feel the same way when people say that it's okay that women can't engage in active combat in the military. You can't just devalue us because we don't have, because men are physiologically superior.
Well, I definitely don't watch a lot of women's sports myself, but I also don't watch a lot of men's sports, so I don't have that much of an opinion on the issue, but the sports themselves, I guess they are kind of a slower pace in general, just from what I've seen, but then I think I would enjoy them just as much as any other sporting event. I think there just hasn't been any momentum going for any women's sport in particular, except for soccer right now at the time, you can see there's a ton of momentum going into that game, and hopefully it carries throughout the rest of the year.
Well, honestly, I think it's a little bit ridiculous that anyone would think women's sports are less exciting than men's sports. Frankly, I just think that's the dumbest thing ever. Clearly, they haven't watched women's sports.
Opinions, me personally, me wanting to be an athlete, me being an athlete, I really don't see that much of a difference. Women put just as much effort as men do.
I don't watch a lot of sports myself in general, and I don't think I watch as much women's sports as I do for men's sports, but I don't think that it means they're any less valuable. And I also think that they should definitely get paid equally as the men. And I'm so happy that the U.S. soccer team just won, but I think it's really unfair, people's reactions. And I think if I was more into sports, I would probably start watching them equally.
So I think it's pretty unfair that women's sports gets the reputation that it does. I can understand how sports can be seen as more of a man's thing because men are bigger and they're stronger, but I think that just perpetuates gender stereotypes, which I think that we've seen a trend in our society today of that kind of going away from that. So I think that this is another area where we as a society have the opportunity to really make some progress and to really push for equality in a sphere that I don't think anyone's really looked at it yet. But considering that the women have won the title 3 times now and the men have yet to win a title, if I recall correctly, I think that definitely indicates that we need a sort of attitude shift as a society, for sure.